I'm live, it says, so we'll give it a little while here. Hope y'all log in, log on. Hey, hey, hey. So, anyway, I came here, didn't bring me any smoke. So I'm going to set the beans back here. Yeah. Testing. I don't know. Maybe the volume's not good. We'll find out. What's up, guys? Mario, Sleeper Nation, how you doing? How's the sound and everything? I tried to get a Zoom feed, and they're still not letting me broadcast for some reason. Your, I can't never say these. Your boy, Roy Boy, Sleeper Nation. It's great. Good, good. I've been doing some Zoom stuff with a couple people one on one, but I don't know. I'll figure it out sooner or later. It's not like the old days, but I'm just here to talk to y'all and to have a good afternoon here on a Columbus Day. As I spoke of, I've got some beans I'm going to give away, and I will talk about some of these in a little while once the room fills up. And rather than do something online, because every time I try to do some type of thing like this online, I get booted the hell off. So what I'll do is I will throw up my email. It's simply oh yeah, yeah, the Drew Bear 420. Oh yeah. And I'm sorry if I don't get to everybody in chat because Father Mike's eyesight's no good. I got one digit missing as it is, but after so many years, I'll be 65 next month. Just after Arizona's going to vote on this 207. In fact, we got the mail-in ballots this past weekend, and my neighbor went up to go put his in at the big Republic or the oh gosh, the county building. I'm sorry, and he said the traffic was just crazy mad. But today's Columbus Day, as I tried to point out to everybody, and I think it's kind of ironic and strange that I live in a state like Arizona, rich with great Indian heritage. Yeah. Coffee, yep. I gotta go get my cannabis. I'm sorry, I got in here. I was gonna try to set this meeting up in Zoom, and then I looked up. It's after 4. So, hang on. I'll be right back. Oh, that wasn't so bad. It's a good thing I went in there. I actually have a list. Like I said, write that shit down of the beans that I'm willing to get off of. And like I say, I've got, gosh, I think there was as many as up to 14 packs of cannabis seeds, which I would call seconds. I would pop them, and I'm going to pop a few just to make sure myself, because I'm kind of that way. But yeah, I'm going to pop some of this in the grinder here. Been a long day, crazy day. My life's upside down and backwards right now. I don't know if many of you know that or not. I haven't talked too much about it. I disappeared off of IG and Facebook there for about a month. I got kicked in the teeth on that last grow pretty bad, and it's caused a rip in the family and all kinds of shit. It was a year of my life pretty much just given away, and I don't know if you followed along, but it was a pretty tight grow. Let's see here. Show high. Oh, okay, cool. If you don't mind, I'll show that. If I don't have any problem with that. I threw up my Gmail account. So these beans that I've got here, it's really kind of neat because there's a story behind some of them. There's always a story behind all of them, but one of them is very important and dear to my heart. Uh, some of them were from Kenio Genetics. You should look those folks up. I tell you what, they got really, really, really beautiful, beautiful flowers. He's a serious man about what he does. So that's always good. And excuse me, I'm screwing around here trying to get a buzz on. Got some special buds there. Always got to have the special stock. You know, it's getting late in the day. It's 4 o'clock. We're going to be up on 4:20 if we're not already. 4:09. We're not quite there yet. So, anyways, well, let's talk about it. While Subby was still alive, this gentleman, Junkyard 420, I don't know if any of you follow him. You can look him up on IG. Very close friend of mine. I call him my brother from a different mother. We hang out a lot. We're doing a building together for a storage shed for him. But with the law changing here in Arizona, we would like to get in a pretty good sized hoop house this year because we'd be able to grow outdoors and stuff. And again, I'm not ignoring anybody. I'm trying to break up some herb here, and I'll get on this chat here in a second. Hey, Kirk, how you doing? I can't see that. Doing, I tell you, my life's upside down, as I was saying, but this bean thing's going to help a lot, guys. And to get back to my story, getting kicked in the gut here wasn't very nice. I worked a year there, pretty much built it from the ground up, did all the electric, and had some of the equipment. We purchased some of the equipment from a very close friend, and they were getting out of the grow because of the law change. So this gentleman and I decided to go into to a business, but on Mother's Day I started harvesting the first 5 plants, pulled them out, had them standing in the room, was going to pull the water leaves off, and I got 3 of them done, and I pushed 5 other plants in and got them hooked up in the net. I'd spent the whole day at the place, and this gentleman comes in and saw what I was doing, and he immediately thought I was stealing the plants rather than what I was doing because he had no clue of how to grow cannabis. So I took him in the flower room and tried to explain what was going on, and he wasn't going to buy it. And so he called me a liar and a thief and said it was his property and he could burn the whole fucking thing down. And I'm sorry, after standing on your feet for 10 hours with a bad back on concrete, pulling water leaves off a big fat plant like that, I wasn't going to have it. And so I left, and it just happens to be a client of Ruby's. And so there has been some contact, but I'm not allowed to come back to the property. And so I put a lien on his ass. Yeah. And then he had a lawyer send me a document trying to tell me that it was an office space that I built, but he failed to mention that I had a year of text messages, about 300 hours of videos, and like 1,000 still photographs of what I did. So the lawyer backed off. I don't even think he's his lawyer anymore. Let me take a minute here. Yeah. Mario, how you doing? Bowls up. Hey, got it going here. It's only 12 after by my clock, so we got a couple minutes yet. But, been a hell of a year, I tell you. This all started last year at the tail end of the years, those that had been following me. But to take it all the way to the finish like that, I lost all my genetics, first of all. Lost a lot of my equipment in the grow, from tents and fans and lights and ballasts and switches, but uh, some really good genetics I lost and some that I won't get back. And that hurts me more than anything because some of them were gifts. And I can always grow more cannabis. In fact, I'm trying to do that now, but even that's kind of going backwards again. But you don't worry about old Father Mike. Oh, good, man. Ben. Oh, I see. Good. I'm glad y'all are talking with each. Hey, Mystic, I'm sorry. Is she in here? Mystic, hey. I tried the Zoom shit, lady, and I can't get it going. I'm sorry. I just got too many damn plates on the table. You know what I mean? And I got too many balls in the air, and it's just fucking life, as you well know. But in honor of Subcool, one of the reasons I'm here is because I want to give some gifts to people, of course. And again, I don't want to do this on YouTube, so we're not going to be sharing. You know, if you want to share spit on YouTube, that's your business. But every time I've tried to do that shit, I get knocked off, and I don't want to do that again. I want to be above board. So I shared my email address earlier, and it's just Fadamike, FADAHMIKE at gmail.com. If you would be interested in some of these beads that I'm about to talk about here, uh, I would be happy to entertain you in my email, and we could talk a little bit about it. I'm really trying to look for some serious people because some of these beans are dear and near to my heart. I mean, I'm willing to give away like 9 packs of one. Somebody, I tell you what, there's 4 packs of some beans that uh, Subby gave me. So I know there's a guy, what's his name? Sick Will, uh, or Sick Will, or something like that. Him and Vicky, I mean, they went to Oklahoma and became gangsters, and I think they robbed a stagecoach or some fucking thing, but I don't know. I would be very careful about those two, but he really wanted some of these, and I just got to laugh it off, you know. I'm sorry, there's no room for gangsters in this cannabis industry at all. So if you're going in that direction, I'll tell you right now, uh, yeah, sick will. It's really sad. I've heard this story by 3 different people, and damn it, it's all about the same damn story. So heads up, folks. I'm warning you all now. Be very careful. And that's coming from my heart. I love Subcool. He was very close to me before he passed, and Junkyard 420 and I were going to do a project with him. And at least I got to do mine. And somebody out there is going to be really happy that I did. Anyway, I'm getting choked up here. Yeah, I got 22 packs. So 22 of you people, unless you would, there's 5 in a. Let me grab some here. Let's see. These are named after Ruby. These I put RR Ruby Red, uh, a really good cross. But the male was a hash plant, a pre 98 hash plant. Subcool even talked about it. It's a Junkyard's favorite. He's had it for years and years and years. It's his go-to male, and basically he gave me some of his plants, and lo and behold, one was a male. So I grew that baby up, and you saw on IG how Subcool told me sometimes you just got to take your clothes off and get on in there with them. So that's what I did. I laid pieces of the male all over the female, and lo and behold, we got beans. And so I'm going to get off of 14. Let's see. I'm sorry. Okay, there's 9 of the. Okay, these are Forum Cookie and Space Dude crossed with a pre 98 hash plant. And I'll say that again. This is Forum Cookies and Space Dude crossed with a pre 98 hash plant. And if you're interested in those, hit me at Gmail. But there's 5 beans in each one of these. There's a little tiny. I'll pop one open for you here. I'll take one of the freebies here because I these were seconds, and I tell you what, I'd pop these in a minute. In fact, I'm gonna just to make sure. But nice little pill container here or bottle, little piece of cotton. I put them in a gel cap, but there'll be 5 beans in the gel cap. inside of here with a little piece of cotton ball in there and sealed up. But some of y'all folks are going to get some of these seconds just because I'm going to give them away. But yeah, I went through them and they're all looking pretty good. The ones with the tags on them are what I would call ones. These would be twos, but we've got those crossed. I have the ruby red and I have a purple. It was like a grape. The plant was nearly black. Uh, and then the one that's got me going that I'm willing to get off just a handful because I'm not getting rid of all the. I mean, I've kept quite a lot. We'll do another round of these. I'm not going to give them all away today, but I don't know if you can see this. The camera's probably backwards, of course. Anyway, Form Cookies and Space Dude, ladies and gentlemen. And that's Sub Cool's handwriting. These were gifted to me, directly to me from him in his home in Phoenix, Arizona. And I tell you, it's a blessing, and I'm going to hang on to these for as long as I can. And when I get the good ones, I cut. But I'm actually going to be getting rid of 4 packs of these. Okay, 4 or 5 packs. That's 20 beans. So, like I said, there's 22 packs all together. There's the purple hash plant. There's 7 of those. There's 12 of the ruby red, and this thing was so red. In fact, I don't know. It looked like little tomatoes when it was first growing. It was so furry and fuzzy, but all the pistils were just. You didn't have to wait for them to turn colors. They came out red to begin with, and it's a crusty little one. And then let's see, there were 12 of those for the Form Cookies and Space Dude, and 9 Form Cookies Space Dude crossed with the hash plant. So if you're interested in those, just pop me a. Let's see. There you go. Thank you very, very much. Father Mike, there it is right there at gmail.com. And I'm going to go through your stuff. And if I can find you, if you've got an IG link or something like that to where I can look at what you do, because I'm serious about this stuff, folks. I know that a lot of people like beans for novelties, but these are very dear to my heart. And what can I say? I think I went past 420. Yep, it's 421. So here's to you. Cheers, folks. I was going to roll a big Dutchie, but I ran out of papers. I like to use those big long raw papers and roll those up first, and then I'll roll it in the tobacco leaf. And I don't know. I think it tastes better. Cute story about that. I don't know about how many of you know that Father Mike got his name actually in Jamaica at 9 Mile. We had a close friend of ours that our daughter used to babysit for when her kids were growing up back in Ohio, but they were a pretty wealthy family. They owned a pretty good company. In fact, it's Nordson Foundation, big foundation, but Nordson Corporation, and they're the ones that perfected powder coating, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, the daughter took me down to 9 Mile to meet the locals. She was building a house there, actually, but very ugly thing happened later in her life there with her and her daughter, but I won't talk about that. I'm going to keep this in a upbeat kind of thing. But I was able to go there twice. The first time with her to meet the locals and to kind of get my way in. I took seeds, of course, because read so many places and heard so many stories that that's how Jamaica got a lot of their seeds. Were ship captains and people coming to trade the rum for the beans, which they make some pretty damn good rum there too. But not being a drinker, I did have to take a taste. Anyways, the second trip I went there, I was one of those nutcases that decided I was going to take some of my homegrown and I was going to take it to Jamaica and show the Jamaicans how good weed I grew. And they were pretty damn impressed of Father Mike's growing. And So they kind of took me in, and I started learning about moon cycles and ratback guano and fruitbat guano and all kinds of cool things. But I got to actually make some hand hash on a full moon, and I got to smoke a hell of a lot of ganja. Went to round robins. I don't know if you're familiar with that terminology, where each one of the parishes would trade off a night to play music, and so they would go and party and dance and partake. And it was quite a thing for myself to go and witness this stuff. It was pretty cool. But anyway, as I was getting ready to leave, I woke up in the morning, and the store owner called me over and said to have breakfast, and he pulled out a bowl full of hand hash. So I ate 100 grams of hand hash before I left, and it was a great summer. I tell you, love Jamaica and the people, but tragic thing happened there, so I haven't been back. I'd still like to go. I love the islands there on the Atlantic coast. It's Ruby and I went to Florida for like a honeymoon, stayed for 3 years. I love the ocean. I know ocean or mountains. That's where they say people like to settle. And I'm in the mountains now, so I see a lot of cheers. People probably coming in and out, but that's the scoop, guys. And I'll run through the list again. I got 7 of the purple hash plant. Basically, it's a pre-98 hash plant crossed with a very fruity, grapey. I mean, this thing was almost black when it was growing. Let's see, I've got 12 of the ruby reds. Again, a really nice fruity cross with the hash plant. And form cookies and space dude. Now, there's only 4 of those. So, and I'm going to check you folks out. So, give me some information about you. And then I got 9 form cookies space dude crossed with the pre 98 hash plant. And I tell you what, let's pick somebody here. I'm going to scroll through. Excuse me. Hey, Mystic, pick me somebody to give some beans away. And just, if you can, tell them to email me and you send them, or show it on the screen, however you could do it, since you're right there, if you're still in here. Uh, I'd rather have a third party pick it, but I've got, I guess I'm going to give away as many as 14 packs of beans, but I think I'm going to hold back on all of them at one time. But let's see. Mystic, you still here? She may have left. I don't know. Okay. Cool. I will roll back through this too and read all you guys' comment. I'm not one of those type of people that don't. As I was saying, my eyesight, I have one digit that I lost when I was 6 years old. Tell your kids not to play with sticks. My brother and I, and yeah, tragic accident, but I don't know if it was or not. Cool. Cheers. Great. I hope my space dude and cookies. Yeah, I tell you, man, I'm looking forward to this next year. As I was saying, here in Arizona, they're getting ready to flip the law. We're going to vote on 207, and it's looking really promising that people will wake up to the fact that we can't keep throwing our minors in school, high school kids in jail for smoking a couple of joints, with all the traffic accidents and on alcohol and the pills available today. My God, here in Arizona, there's been like 2 busts, and they made national news. Is how I found out about them. But I mean, they're talking like there was 5 kilos of oxys and 5.5 kilos of fentanyl. That's whew. I mean, somebody was out a lot of cash, of course, but it's not the money thing. It's the people that die off of them sons of bitches. I lost my sister from them. So, anyways, yeah, fathermike at gmail.com. That's good of you. I think I need to scroll down here. There we go. I wasn't at the bottom of my left eye. I didn't know that, Drew. Huh. Yeah, it was one of those think fast, and my brother threw a broken broom handle, and I didn't think fast enough, apparently. Or maybe I did. I could throw a hard ball 72 miles an hour when I was 10 years old and hit a catcher's mitt. So, played first string basketball and football. Was a wide receiver, could run flat out and catch a football at the same time. So, if you think about it, when you go and shoot a rifle or something, do I play music? Yes, I do. I play a lot of music. You can see. I've got an old relic I talked to a gentleman today about. That was the amplifier that Peavey sued the company Earth Sound Research. They're still in business today, out of New York. That amp was made back in the 70s, and that's actually 700 watts. It's got two 18-inch speakers in it, and when I turn it past 5, it shakes my neighbor's house. And the last time I turned it on, the police came. And so I bought a bunch of these little 15-watt amps. And yeah, I've got a drum kit, I've got a couple guitars. And about the time I lost my eye, my dad, they tried to get me to play banjo, plectrum banjo, but I was crying and shit. So my dad took lessons on that, and I ended up finally getting my wish, and that was to play guitar. As you can imagine, the Beatles were hot back then and stuff, and the whole British invasion. So it was kind of cool to take guitar lessons, and was pretty good about it. Oh fuck, yeah, you can show that. That's supposed to be just a word, bro. I don't know why they blocked that. Maybe I can go in and wiggle the settings. And again, this is like the first, and I'll figure this all out. I'll get the Zoom meeting set up, and we'll cross platforms so that I can have guests and all. Because I can't talk a lot, though, as you can say. Yeah, it can be a hassle. Oh shit! Tell you, just yesterday over at the store, I walked right into a post. I wear a hat, of course, and it kind of is a warning thing. That's one thing about why I wear a hat all the time. It kind of warns me if I turn real quick, I can't see my hand over here. It just came into view right here. I can see it with my eye, but right here I can't. And so I'll turn, walk right into people, or walk right into a post, or side, a door jam. And at my age, it's getting worse because from the rock music, I can't hear shit. I sit outside and put headphones on, the noise canceling ones, the old school ones. I love those because I can listen to my music, you know what I mean? And smoke my cannabis. Because, cannabis is sort of like watching grass grow. I hear that all the time from my good buddy. Uh, I was hoping he'd join us in here. I haven't seen him pop through yet, but he called me just a minute ago. I wasn't going to go get the phone or nothing. I have an old set of Radio Shack headphones. They're big, but they work. Yeah. I tell you what. No, I got to. Here you go. You want to know if I do music? Here you go. This is a mess, so don't scream at me. There's a nice little Banjo soundboard right there. Plug that right into my computer. I got sound in here. Here's a mic. Uh, yeah, no, I'm pretty serious about it. I've got an old custom amp down there in the corner, but you can't see it. And then I've got a PV and an old box in the other room. That's where my guitars are now. And I have a one of those digital drum sets. They're kind of fun because I can put headphones on and beat on them, and I don't drive the neighbors mad. Yeah. So I hope now. I know you're all going to be wondering about the price of these beans. Trust me, I'm not going to burn anybody on these things when it comes to the money. I'm not into it for that. I want to share these genetics with people. That's why I say I want to get in touch with you as you get in touch with me. It's going to be a project, okay? Somebody may get them for free, and I'll tell you that right now. But Mystic must have bugged out. I didn't see unless I have. Let me check my. Yeah, I haven't seen her in here. Well, let's see. How about this? Somebody's getting a wrench. Anyways, the American one. How you doing? Good to see you. I hear that my scroll's not keeping up for some damn reason. I was halfway up the page. Come to find out, but yeah, yeah, I miss her too, man. I tried to get Ruby to come back on live a couple times, and she was going to join us the other night, uh, but I had shut the feed down, and so she wasn't able to. What crosses did I make good? Thank you for asking, because I get to tell everybody again. What I did is I popped some Kenio beans, Kenio Genetics. You can look those folks up. You may already know. Kenio Garden Center and stuff. They're back in Maine. He's a really good. He's an artist when it comes to crosses and breeding. And I had some out the farm, some of his products, so I know it was tried and true. I popped some of the beans, and what I hit them with was a pre 98 hash plant. And so I have one that was just dark purple, almost black, and it tasted really grapey fruity. And I crossed that with the hash plant. And as far as names, I'm not going to try to, make up names. I probably should go through Philos or somebody and have a map, but I'm not into it for that. I'm not getting, I'm not selling thousands of them. I've got 12 of these packs of 5 of what I'm calling Ruby Red. And again, a very fruity smell crossed with a hash plant. And when you pop these beans, you could end up with just a really strong hash plant. You can end up, how pheno hunting sort of is. They're regular beans, so there's nothing really dialed in. But uh, all these strains were enjoyed by myself and a few others before I even chose them. So I got 12 of those. But then I actually have 4 packs, and I showed these earlier, American one. Uh, Form cookies and space dude, and those were just given to me from Subcool months and months ago before he passed. But uh, they hadn't been hit with anything, and I'm willing to give 20 beans away to, somebody. I don't want to say worthy, but somebody that I feel comfortable with that they would grow them out and do a fairly good job because I hope uh, one of my little thoughts here is connecting with these folks and you folks in a personal way to where we could share cuttings down the road. Again, the law is changing here. Junkyard and myself are going to mother up some really beautiful strains, folks. I tell you what, hold your hats on and get your seatbelts ready because it's going to be a fun ride. Because once the law changes and we can go back to legal growing in our own residence and our yards and stuff, people around us won't even know it hit. With that said, let me get back to this. And then the Piece de la Resistance is I've got 9 packs of the Form Cookies and Space Dude. That this was what we were going to work on with Subcool, but I went ahead since his passing and did this. It's Form Cookies and Space Dude, then crossed with the pre 98 hash plant, which he loved the hash plant. I smoked it with him. It was some of the only flower that he had smoked in Arizona. He said it was the best flower he had smoked there. And he actually asked for some, and Junkyard left him some. Junkyard was there with a pressing iron, honest to God. You should have seen this man. I've got pictures of it. He was pressing him rosin from this stuff, and Subby was just loving life large. But Sub wasn't smoking flower then. His lungs were in pretty bad shape, as we all know. But he liked that flower. It's smooth stuff, I tell you. That pre 98 that he's got. Ah, yeah, I'd like to get a mom going of it. There's a couple other. He's got a black cheese that's just. I had one as a baby, just probably 3 sets of 5, and the leaves were literally so dark purple they were nearly black already, and it just progressively goes darker and darker. So y'all gonna be in heaven here pretty soon because once we get this thing rolling, him and I, we're gonna take care of y'all and beans and take care of y'all. And like I said, we'll be able to ship cuttings. There's some really cool and nifty ways, little containers and stuff they got. The ruby red sounds interesting, and subcool seeds also. I'd run the Ruby first. Yeah. Well, what you can do, American One, is just pop me a Gmail, Father Mike at gmail.com, and we'll hook up and I'll get your information. Again, I don't want to do anything over YouTube because the last time I did, they took a lot of viewers away from me, and I'm going to try to build that back up. I pray that Ruby and I someday could get back on and do wake and bakes, but I know Junkyard and myself, once we get set up out there, you guys are going to see some really cool stuff. Uh, yeah, I'm not going to give it away, but it's going to be fun. I tell you what, him and I are having a blast. Somebody got a wrench. Yeah. Eddie? Yeah. No, I'm sorry. Uh, yeah, he's not feeling so good. He ate up pretty bad, and they're trying to get him an RV or some kind of ride to stay in and all. But there was something posted yesterday. Uh, on with it the right way. Yeah, don't ask me. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to be careful starting out. Like I said, as soon as I get the Zoom figured out, I thought I had it last week. Actually, I'd set it up and was going real good and everything. They give you all those codes and shit, and I had it up on YouTube, but tried to do it today, and for some reason, it just I couldn't find it. So here we are, and no, I hope that people will get on, and I'm serious here. Let's see, American one. There we go. Doggone it. Who better? See, I'm just adding moderators, so uh, we'll get this. We'll get this going again, and we'll have a lot of fun uh, and giveaways and stuff. I always get products over the course of the year. Christmas is coming, so we'll get some of those drug out too and give some stuff away. But I've got let's do three people, okay? Uh, Drew Bear 420, the Drew Bear 420. You pick one of the people, and I don't even know how many people are in here. Oh, there's 14 people, I guess, in chat. So that's cool. Uh, and two of you are moderators, so that limits it down a little bit smaller. But yeah, like Blackie, hey, how you doing? I saw some people on my wall on IG today that I hadn't seen in a while, and people are starting to come back a little bit at a time. But I've got, uh, they are, what were they? Oh, you're going to lose it, American One. These are the Form Cookies and Space Dude crossed with the hash plant. I'm going to give 3 packs away. These are what I called number twos. They probably hadn't sit in the pod long enough or to tiger up really well, but the colors there, I'm going to pop some myself just to make sure. That's why I thought I would give the twos away. And I didn't end up with that many packs of them, so I'm not disappointed at all there. So if somebody would be interested, American One, why don't you pick one too? And Mystic Grower's back, so Mystic Grower, she could pick somebody too. And just what you want to do is shoot me. Oh, well, let's see. We can't do that. Okay, no, let's do that. Shoot me a name to fathermike at gmail.com. I'll get my phone real quick, and when it hits, I'll go ahead and announce their name. And that way, unless you care to type it in, I don't give a shit either way. But been here the whole time. I'm sorry, just packing seats for the house. God bless you. God bless you. I tell you, you picked up the torch, Mystic, and I got to get over the. There you go. Kurt Madden. Okay, American One. Kurt, if that's your pick, American One, give me a thumbs up. And Kurt, then, good. I see that right above it, so don't worry about it. Kurt, go ahead and send me your information at fathermike@gmail.com, and I got packages over here with all the wrap and stuff, and we've got a nice little one of those postal scale weigher outer things. So thank you, American One, and you'll be gifted, my friend. Don't you worry about that. Yes, yes, yes. Good, good. Thank you. Good, good, good. And Misty can pick one, somebody, and if you care to type it in, that's cool. I don't mind. That way everybody knows that we're doing it fair and square. And I trust your judgment, Mystic. My goodness, you give more beans away than anybody I know of late. It was sure cool there when you got that Lifetime Achievement Award over in Cali, and you had that big satchel of beans that he threw out all over the audience. That was something to behold, man. I tell you, sure miss him. The American One, if that's okay, I don't have a problem with that. Not at all. We're all in this. We're the Canna family. You know what I mean? We're all family. I'm not picking and choosing anybody. That's why I asked a third party. So yeah, I'd get his information sooner or later. Anyhow, it'll probably be in my box. But if he sends it again, I'll know he won. But I'll write this stuff down. And like I said, I'm going to scroll back through and read y'all's comments and things because the eyesight. I have to take the glasses off to get close. But if I get the glasses off, then I lose like the depth. And oh god, it gets crazy. Boy, this is some good herb. I'm telling you. Wish I wouldn't have ran out of damn papers. What a night last night. What a weekend, for that matter. Had a beautiful Saturday with Junkyard. We went to an estate sale, and these people were just giving shit away left and right. Left. He first got a truckload and a trailer load of stuff. Um, yeah, for $19. He came back, and for the total day cost us $55. And we took another truckload out the second time. Yeah, yeah. If you're interested in the beans, and I'll run down the list again here in a second. Here, I'm gonna reload my little one hitter, which ends up being three or four. Yeah, I didn't bring an ashtray in or nothing. I'm so prepared for this, folks. I ran in here at like quarter of to try to set up a Zoom meeting, and it wasn't working for YouTube. Everybody else was on board. Yeah. So what do? Drop back a few and kick the ball down the field as far as you can. Hope somebody touches it, and you receive it back into your side. Here's a little unknown fact. I told you about the Jamaica stuff. That was cool. Something else that had happened to me. I told you earlier about how Ruby and I, we when we got married, we went to Florida for like a honeymoon. Ended up spending 3 years there. I was a framing carpenter most of all my life. That's why my back failed on me. But with that said, when I was down there working on Crescent Beach, just south of St. Augustine, Florida, the oldest Spanish settlement in America, um, Fort Matanza there. But we were working on a third floor of a big condominium on the beach, and I watched out on the ocean this dark object floating. I could see it a long ways away, and I just kind of kept an eye on it. And lo and behold, as the afternoon passed, I hollered to my buddy Timmy Deary. I says, "Listen, dude, there's a bale of weed about to wash up on the beach." And nah, they were all, So the next thing you know, here we all are, standing on the top of the wall, peering out over the ocean and watching this thing roll up with the tide, roll back out a little ways, roll back up, and lo and behold, there's a college, Flagler College in St. Augustine, and a couple college kids roll up on the beach. There was an entrance there at Crescent Beach, and they park their car, they get out and they walk along, and they find the bale, they rip it open, and they're pulling weed out, stuffing it in their pockets, and before it was all done, as they left, the tide then shifts and starts washing it back out. So, like about a top, I don't know, portion, not a whole lot, but some of it got the wet seaweed, is what they called it if it got wet, because it tasted just like salt water. But fortunately, it wasn't all that way, and it was a pretty cool experience. Weighed 43 pounds and probably about a pound of salt water. So it was probably about a 42-pound bale, something like that. It was pretty cool. Uh, yep. But I love weed, man. I tell you, I got to grow it. I got to. Good. I'm glad you guys are hooking up too. We got to grow this Guyana family out, man. I tell you, the law's changing. I really feel, and I heard the one party had said that they were going to do it. Ruby and I were very politically active for many years, and I won't get into that. But I've always said that if anybody really wanted to nail down an election, uh, doing something about this bogus, cannabis law would be a great place to start. Truly, uh, it's all based on lies. They made up the word marijuana. I mean, it's not hard to find. Henry Ford made a hemp car and ran it on hemp, and if it wasn't the Carnegies and the rest of them, we'd be driving hemp cars right now. But no, it's all about the money. Let's see. Okay, it has to go legal. Yeah, federally. Oh yeah, no. Even when I had a license to grow, the thing is here they're not going to have police. I mean, you keep your numbers right and everything, they'll leave you alone. I know most of the people here that play and stuff. So growing is like anything else. Just depends on how deep you drive into what you're interested in, how far you take it. Amen. Amen. Yeah. Now my brother's in Ohio. He just showed me pictures. He sent to Hall and got some L.A. Confidential beans, and he's actually going there. The Hendricks family is actually from Holland. There's actually a street named after us, and all of our ancestors were growers, not of the cannabis, but flowers and vegetables and stuff. So there was my connection to the earth, I believe, and I really love it, man. I tell you, I would like to know. I should have somewhere kept a journal of how many different strains and how many different. That would be interesting. I started growing when I was 14 years old, and by the time I was 16, I was getting pretty good at it. But by the time I was 19, I had a pretty good handle on how to grow weed. And then after my trip to Jamaica, they kind of iced it for me. They put a little bit of icing on the top. And shortly after that, Jack's book, read that, and started getting closer to the cannabis people as I could. So pretty much grew up with it all my life. Smoked the OCD weed from South America and Mexico, Panama, and Jamaica, and all. Oh, just pop some, huh, Mystic? Good for you. The dude at the dispensary now, I come home Saturday night and got drugged down to the dispensary they just redid my allowance, so we always go down and snatch up what we can. But he showed me pictures of his. LA. My brother's got some gorgeous ones. Do a little Jamaica jive, man. No, thanks. LA. Yeah, no, I tell you, that's some really good stuff. He's gonna send me cuts. That's what's cool. Like I said, I love this whole thing where you can send it in the mail in a little box, got lights in there and all kinds of cool stuff. So that's going to be one of our future things. I actually have a company. It's strange when Ruby and I first landed here, we did something else, of course, but as my back gave out, and all, we kind of changed lifestyles a little bit. But I always loved growing, of course, and so it's been a fun thing to do. But when I landed here, we knew nobody at all, so it was kind of hard uh, to find weed or anything. I love to get beans in LA. Yeah, Yeah, they're pretty pricey too. And like I said, anybody, please don't worry about the cost of these because I'm not into it for the money. I just need to be recouped on some of my stuff, and I'd be a happy man with that. And we can talk about that. You'll see my intentions because I'll write you a little letter. And I'll be very kind to everybody. And I do have more. Like I said, I just didn't pack them all up because I wanted to do this again. Like the Reds, I got quite a few left. There's perps left and stuff, and I'll never get rid of all of subby stuff. Uh, but yeah, yeah. Didn't have anything to do with this when we landed here, but yeah, no, through travel and stuff and meeting people, going to Phoenix, a couple of the Cubs, and then the coast and all. We got to meet a lot of our people that we had heard and talked about in our past. So it was good. One thing coming out here, but the connections that we made through Brown Guy 420. Not many of you know, I built his website and did a lot of his artwork and stuff over the years prior to me going up to Oregon and helped setting up the doctor's farm. I stay in touch with both the doctor and Brown Guy. He just got his license in Oregon today for his new solo labs. So I'm so stoked for him. He's worked really hard. He's a smart young man, and he's one of them perfectionists too. Yeah. Um, oh yeah. No, I tell you. Uh, well, somebody told me, and you can't grow enough cannabis to get rich. It's way too hard and it's too labor intensive. Uh, but you can hold $100,000 worth of these in your hands. And so the thing is, the pheno hunt one, and then knowing about genetics and their cross, and it's an art there. But uh, if you know how the big people do it, like companies in Holland and stuff, they'll put 10, 12,000 seeds in the ground, and they'll pick 5, 10 plants out of that. Ah, and they're good at it too, man. By that time that thing's a foot tall, they've cleared out a big bunch of them. They're very wise because it's an energy killer growing cannabis. So, uh, even with all the high tech stuff nowadays, you still got to watch it. How many of you guys have ever overfilled I used to run that 55-gallon drum, the orange one. It's out at the grow that I lost, along with all my hand tools and all my lights and ballasts and all the rest of my life. But yeah, I think twice. The first time, my fault, shame on me. And the second time, I don't know, man. I think I nearly was in tears. It's not a fun experience. But Sleeper Nation, thank you for joining me. You was one of the first ones in. And before you go, bro, let me hit you with a moderating wrench. And y'all be good to people too. You don't gotta whack nobody. We ain't gonna do or say or be anybody on here that we shouldn't be. And it's all in fun and games. And if YouTube can't take it this time, I think what got me kicked the last time was some of the people on here had um, actually came on in the sense in their mind that they were going to advertise a product. And I think some of the advertisers, possibly on YouTube, that were paid advertisers, were upset that we were running unpaid ads, so to speak. And so I think that was one of the big reasons. I don't know. Okay. I probably should have been paying attention here for a couple of seconds. Huh. Right when I dropped the feed. So I missed it. Right when I dropped the feed. Okay. Right. Okay. And I'll go back through these, honest folks. I'm not going to let anybody hang in here. I'm going to be very serious. And again, if you're interested in any of these, just and I'm going to be very selective on the subcool strains. I owe a couple of those to a few people, and I'll tell you right now, I know Mystic will get a package of them because of her picking up the torch. That's just special to me. I had the opportunity to meet her over at the Cup when the year that Sub got the award. Actually, we were at a meeting there, the whole group of us. I've got a couple photographs of that, but pretty much the whole round table and a few other guests. And Mystic was a host, just a great host. I know it was chaotic for everybody, and we all kind of bumped heads a few times and stuff about it. But I tell you, we've all grown and we've all learned to forgive and forget and learn to love. You know, got to see Mo a few times, early 2000s. Yeah. Cheese, huh? I tell you what, we're bringing a cheese to the plate. This Junkyard 420's got a cheese, a black cheese. I talked about it earlier. It's just unbelievable looking plant. Yeah, classic rock, the American one. Yeah, they were talking about the amp earlier. I can't even play the thing. When I found that, it was at a garage sale. Okay, it's a funny story. Back in the 70s, uh, it was made, and it would have been the early 80s. I found it at a garage sale. The kid had went off to college, and he didn't want to lug it off with him, so his mom was kind and sold it to me for $50. But it didn't work. But I had heard the story of PB and this company going head to head. So there was a place in Cleveland, Ohio called Empirical Sound. And I took it there and I became the man who fell to earth. That's what my nickname was for a while. Because I would call, at first it was every other weekend, and then it became every weekend, and then it was every few days. But they kept it for nearly a year and went through the whole thing. But I think what they did is they were such of a company because they rented equipment to the big name stars that came to Cleveland, all their PA systems, their sound systems, and stuff. So I think they knocked off a few boards out of it myself. My opinion, okay. But yeah, PV hated this company because their amp was actually better than the original PV amp. It kept popping these caps in the back. And so the guy in Cleveland hooked me up big time. Yeah, $50, but they're worth quite a bit now. And I don't think they made too many of the 700. I've seen a lot of 400-watt ones, but 700 watts, man, I tell you, it shakes the neighbor's house. And I said earlier I had the police here last time I turned it on, and so I don't play it. Yeah. Do, 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 do. Keep yourself out of the drama. Yeah, Misty. Oh yeah, you're doing a great job too, lady. I tell you, my kudos, my hats off, the whole 9 yards. I got to get over there. I need a trip to the coast soon, and I'm going to head up possibly to my old stomping grounds in Tacoma. I'd like to go up to Mount Rainier again. My sister still lives there, and I have nieces and nephews with kids and stuff. So it'd be kind of a fun trip. Maybe do the highway, coastal highway. That's always fun. I did it when I was in college on a motorcycle. We went all the way down to Paris, California. It's just south of LA, about 90 miles. Inland, a little ways off the coast, but out in the middle of the desert. Just a bunch of little trailers everywhere. It's kind of cool. Yeah, my buddy that was my roommate, his aunt and uncle lived there. So Marty and Back to the Future. Well, I tell you, could have been anticlimactic, but I think we did an okay job. Lunchbox. God bless you, Mystic. And that's funny you would say that. I've been asked so many times now to duplicate that lunchbox. And I actually have a company that they said that they would actually print me the things to put on them. it wouldn't be that hard to do. And there was a couple other things. I'd like to get a hold of the sidecar guy that made subby sidecars. I think that we should do some kind of memorabilia. I mean, God, this man, he changed the face of the earth. I mean, he's one of those kind of people, if you know what I mean. So there was the hour marker, folks. I've been on for an hour. So tried to tell myself I'd hold it to that because 5 o'clock, and I've got to think about feeding Bella. She's over here looking at me, licking her lips like I'm going to be her next meal or something. But I hope people come through and would watch this video. Again, they don't have to watch the whole thing if they can move it around a little bit. And I'll do better next time. First time out, but again, I'm going to run down the list just for those who stuck around. Okay, we gave 3 packs away. I hope I'll see. Somebody just pinged on me. We got 7 of the purple hash plant. There's 12 packs of the ruby red, which those are pretty and nice and smelly. There were actually 4 packs, and I'm willing to get off of those. Or oh God, I'm having a blank moment. Form cookies in space, dude. It's the age. See, that's why I got to get off. It's been an hour. I need to go get high. And then we took the form cookies in space, dude, and we crossed it with a pre-98 hash plant. And again, the pre-98 hash plant was one of Subcool's favorite pots that he smoked here in Arizona. My good buddy grew the thing, and I got a male out of a group of seeds I have of it. So that was the donor, and Subby gave me the other beans, so it was a winner. And we were going to collaborate on this, but we lost him. So I'd like to thank everybody, American One, Mystic, all y'all folks. Some folks got wrenches. Madden's still here. Doogie 420, thank you, sir. 2-pack West Side, Oregon. Yeah. The Subcool tribute. Could find it. Rip Subcool. Yeah, no, we tried to do that, and that's why I'm here today, and I still failed. I couldn't do the connection with all the people at the same time, and so and I apologize again for that. I put something up on IG, and again, that's why I'm here on Christopher Columbus Day. Hats off to him. He robbed the Indians of a very beautiful place, and it seems like now America is the melting pot of the whole world, and that's a cool thing. But like I said, it's funny. I moved here to Arizona, and the Indians here are some of the greatest people. In fact, an Indian lady used to own the grocery store on the Indian reservation that I met a lot of great people through her. Yeah, some other gentlemen's bought it now, and the bags of soil went from Kimmy would give me a bag of ocean forest soil for $16, and this guy's getting 28 in tax. So I don't go there, but yeah, I want to come over and see Mystic and everybody, see the Mendo boys, and it's a Croptober, and I want to see Patrick Soil King too. So we're going to give him a call, and I think Junkyard and I are going to make a dash to the coast, man. So I'll do everyone. Peace, always. Much love and big respect, family. I hope you can stick around, and you're welcome to chat. But I'm gonna stop the video, and God bless. Have a great week, folks, and share. Again, I hope all these go, but if not, we'll do this again real soon. Have a good night.